Hi, welcome everyone to our very first Year 3-4 feedback show, where the teachers are going to be sharing some of your work and we're going to be commenting on it too. So let's introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Miss Usherwood. I'm Maple class teacher in Year 3.
Hi, I'm Miss Holmes and I'm the teacher in Rowing class Year 3.
Hi, I'm Miss Nix. I'm the Year 4 teacher in Madronio at Highfields.
And hi there, I'm Mr. Lees from Wisteria class at Abbey Year 4. So we're going to share some work now. So who wants to go first?
Oh, can I go first, please? I've got some really good ones.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a Sankain from Isabel in my class. I absolutely loved this. First thing I noticed was the presentation was brilliant. And I'll read it out to you. It says, flowers, bright, colourful, growing, prancing, dancing, happy, energized, light and free, blooming.
Okay, love that. Some really good adjectives there from Isabel.
Definitely. Yeah, really good word choices.
I just love the way it looks. It just leaps out to you, doesn't it? Really good.
Isn't it? Yeah. That word energized is yeah, it's kind of a word you don't hear very often in poetry, and it kind of really gives you that feel of maybe spring to life there. I like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I thought her poem was fabulous.
So who's
right,
next?
Can I go next?
Yes, definitely.
Yes. I've got some fantastic ones. I do have to say I have lots and lots of fantastic ones.
It was really hard choosing ones to pick, wasn't it? There was so much.
Really difficult. Right, can you see mine?
Yeah.
See? And this one was Ryan's. I just love everything about it. He did lots and lots of verses. You just so I can see you all. Yeah, get rid of that. Summer will arrive, the branches will open soon. Child will use kites. I think that means to be kites. But I just love everything about that. He's done one of each season, but this has got to be my ultimate favourite. Autumn is coming. Falling leaves are dancing, trees are shivering. I love the way he's used personification in the dancing and the shivering.
I love how he's been so careful and really counted the syllables in each word, and it's made for a great haiku there, both of them.
It's excellent. I agree with that personification as well. The thought of trees when all the leaves have fallen off, and you kind of just see those branches shimmering and shivering there. I think that's a great way to describe it.
Really lovely poem there. Oh, is it my turn? Okay, let's go with this. So we have a poem here from Florence. Can you all see that?
Yeah. Got that there.
So we've got two Sankains here from Florence, and she's written lightning, blinding and strong, falling, blasting, spreading, bright as the light that scares me to death, bing bong. Ice cream, tasty, yummy, melting, moving, freezing, burns my white, sharp teeth of coldness, ouchie. I love how hard Florence has worked on these. I love the contrast between burns here and coldness here. And I've got to say, those little bits of onomatopoeia at the end are wonderful, aren't they? Ouchie.
That's great.
Yeah, both of those poems are absolutely fab. She's really thought about how the ice cream or the lightning would make her feel, or what she can sense with it, and that's really meant that her poem comes to life.
Yeah, and the power,
especially the burns with the white and the sharp and the coldness, ouchie, because it does feel like a burn, doesn't it, even though it's cold. Yeah. Fantastic. Like you say, she's really thought about it.
Yeah, and just so powerful, that lightning poem. The use of the verbs there, falling, blasting, spreading, really gives you that feel of being trapped in a thunderstorm there.
Yeah, with the scares her to death as well, that bit of feeling, it's lovely.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Excellent. Right, so I think it's my turn now, and I'm going to go with a poem here that is from Frances in my class, and she's worked really hard on this, and It's a colourful arc, high up in the sky, gleaming after a fierce storm.
Oh, wow. Is that a
Lovely.
rainbow by any chance?
I think you've got it there. Yes, well spotted. It's good.
And it almost tells the story, doesn't it? The story of the rainbow,
Yeah.
the shape and everything. And that's what IQs do. So that's fantastic, that one. Yeah,
Exactly what I thought.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of made me feel a little bit optimistic, because at the moment we're in lockdown and we kind of maybe in that fierce storm at the moment where things are feeling negative. But I'm looking forward to this time when we become this colourful arc again, gleaming back in school. So we're kind of
Yeah.
feeling, hopefully, of optimism there coming through.
I
And not,
really- Oh,
sorry.
I really like the contrast between kind of gleaming sounds quite calm and peaceful, contrasting with the fierce storm, which is obviously the total opposite. That's a really nice kind of feeling, and that kind of change is really nice.
It's excellent, isn't it? And I
I
like how
think some of these read better than what you can find on the internet, don't they?
Oh yeah,
By the
definitely.
people who wrote them before. I think it
I
puts people to
praise.
shame. These really good.
Yeah. And I like how she's used gleaming at the end of that second line. If we'd put it in the front, it could have worked in the front of that line. A colourful arc gleaming high up in the sky. But I think putting it at the end of that second line kind of gives you a lot more options when you read it. A colourful arc high up in the sky, gleaming after a fierce storm. It kind of gives you that option.
Gives lots of
I really
edges to
like-
it.
Sorry, I really like that little bit of rhyme as well, the high up in the sky, the way high in the sky rhymes. It's not where you'd expect to rhyme, but it's a really good sort of thing to put in there.
Yeah, lovely. So many great things about that poem. And here is Francis's second poem there. And it's, I just love the snow. White, soft, fluffy, and freezing. So I wear my boots. Great about this is
Wow.
when we had that little snowfall earlier in the year, Francis went outside and I saw her playing in the snow. And I think it might have been the first time she'd ever seen snow. And I saw the wonderful time she had playing in that. So it really made me smile looking at this poem. It's
I just
great.
love the way she wears her boots at the end,
Yeah.
just to make sure
Yes.
she's warm. Really good.
That little feeling.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah,
She really thought about that, didn't she?
yeah.
Mm.
And I, really
And
like
you-
that. I just love the snow, white, soft and fluffy. So it gives you this feeling, and then suddenly, I'm freezing, so I wear my boots.
I've got another piece of writing to share. This was written this week. So this child has written some expanded noun phrases. This is Lean in my class. She's written about what she can see when she goes through her cupboard, like in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. And she's written, I went through my cupboard door. I saw a magical door that led me to Candyland. I saw a huge, yummy lollipop that tasted like a strawberry cupcake. I saw the longest slide that was made out of hot chocolate. I saw a beautiful, fluffy, marshmallow bouncy castle. I just love the
Oh, I
amount
love
of
that bouncy
adjectives she's
castle.
got in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I absolutely loved her choice of adjectives. I like how she's used a lot of adjectives you'd associate with food to describe the land that she's in. It's really interesting to have that description. I just thought it was fab.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It really gives you that feeling of that Candyland.
Mm.
Yeah.
I want to go on a bouncy castle now, I've decided. Yeah,
But-
A bouncy castle made of
definitely.
marshmallow, certainly.
Yeah.
Definitely, even better.
And you know
Yeah,
what?
it's
Knowing Lean, I can just totally imagine Lean having the best time in this land, going on the bouncy castle and down the hot chocolate slide. I can just see her doing all of these sorts of things there.
Brilliant. It's a piece of ride that's got everyone smiling as well. So she's
Yeah.
really-
Right, shall we look at another one of mine?
Yes, please.
I've got another really good one. There we are. And this was Jihad's. Jihad wrote so many, it's unbelievable. It was hard to choose which ones to show you because he's wrote that many. His rhyming is amazing. So he's done some with every line rhyming and some with every other line rhyming. So I'll read it to you. Rainbow ear too long, Don't know about that. But yeah. In a winter frosty song, white on grey still strong. So everyone rhymes, and I think what he means by the rainbows here too long, I think he must mean that there's lots and lots of rain about, and
Yeah.
then the winter, the frosty song, which says it all, doesn't it, about what you can hear through winds, through the rain and everything else in the winter, and white on grey still strong. And I think that means that the rainbows are now going, and you can see all the clouds and they're still very strong. I think it actually tells a massive story there. His second one is even better, I do have to say. I love that one, but this one's amazing. This one really, really does it for me. How tall you grow, tree, from the ground to the sky you go. Much too big for me. So I can imagine that the tree has grown so tall that now he can't climb it. That's my impression of what that means. So I just love every one of us, but I've just chose these two to show you. What do you think of them?
With that second one, I can picture him looking very small, stood at the bottom of the tree looking up at it. You've got great imagery in there, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
From the ground to the sky. I just think that's a wonderful line.
And that line could be written in another way. It could have been from the ground, you grow from the ground to the sky, but he's mixed up the structure of his sentence there. That's lovely.
Real poetic feel.
Yes, he might be a poet. Doesn't know it yet, but he is, definitely.
And back to me again. So we have another poem here. Now, just to share this with you first, so we've got this poem from this child. Now, this child normally would rush through a lot of his work and would try and get as much done as quickly as he can. So it's lovely to see how hard he's worked on this poem. I'll just read it to you. It's another Sankain. So we've got winter, snowy and cold, snowing, freezing, shivering. So the snowflakes hit on my head, white hands. And I love how I can see here how much he's crossed out and how much he's thought about the syllables. He's really thought about this poem. And the other part of this is his planning that he's done. So he's really thought about how many syllables and what his adjectives are going to be and the different words that he could use. So I'm really impressed with this poem.
It's really nice to see how he's built on all of his initial ideas and sort of brought them together to make that final project, that poem. And it's really nice to see that progression in children's work, isn't it?
Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah. And I like how in his plan you can see that he put things in there that he didn't use.
Yeah.
And I think that's
I like that.
Yeah,
I love to see planning like that. Really looks good. Really shows that he's thought about it.
Yeah, no, it's really good.
Love it.
I particularly
That's what you call a working plan.
Yeah. I particularly like the line "white hands" right at the end of that poem. I think that really brings it back to his own personal feelings and sort of it takes it away from just the snow and also brings it onto the human aspect of it as well.
Yeah,
with the snowflakes on his head and the white hands as well. That feeling of being out in the snow.
Hey, I think he needs to take a leaf out of Francis's book and get some boots on as well, maybe if he's got cold hands.
I think so.
Yeah, some nice warm gloves.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, but it's great to bring all these images up, making us think exactly what it would be like to be in that snow. Yeah, that's a great. Right, and I think we'll go for my last poem now. This is the poem from George in my class, and you can see he's typed this out himself, and he's given us a little clue in the background there to what the subject of the poem is. But it showed off its colours after changeable weather, made of soft, pure light.
Ooh. Fabulous choice of words there.
I just love the way the rainbow is showing off, because rainbows are so powerful. It's almost as if they are showing off, isn't it? Yeah, so lovely personification there.
Yeah. I like what I really like is the main part of the poem is it showed off its colours made of soft, pure light. You've done lots of work in year 4, and I'm sure you've done it in year 3 as well, about subordinate clauses. And that line, I think, actually kind of works as a subordinate clause, the kind of time and manner of which this rainbow was formed. Actually, really nice how that's been used in a haiku.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes.
I also think a well done there for remembering to put that comma between soft and pure, because that would be very easy to forget, but he's remembered to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the adjectives that he's used there too, the soft and pure. I think those are absolutely fab word choices and really kind of make the rainbow sound really sort of serene and calm, don't they?
Lovely, isn't it? A lovely image. And that's what haikus are, aren't they? They're a little snapshot, like a little picture of a moment. And I think that really comes across there. And we had a second poem too. The sunflower danced, blown by the almighty wind, wobbly on its stem.
That's a nice one.
That's
It
lovely.
is, isn't it? Again, that little image, that little moment in time. We've got there of the flower in the wind.
You can just visualize it, can't you? The sunflower wobbling around in the wind. It just says it all, doesn't it?
And that personification again, isn't it? Of almost, it's dancing around.
Yeah.
Makes you want to dance yourself, doesn't it? Wobble around in the sun. Let's get out.
And again,
have some fun.
There's a really nice contrast between almighty, which is a very sort of big and powerful word, and wobbly, which, you know, you might think of a small child being wobbly on their feet and things like that. So it's a really nice contrast again. And I really like that about this poem, the contrast between the wind and flower.
And as well, with the almighty wind at the end, the sunflower's still standing. It might be wobbly, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Maybe another metaphor for the times we're in at the minute.
I think it might be another one of those.
Yeah. Excellent. Right. Oh, that was wonderful.
Oh, it's so nice getting to see everybody's work and the things that everyone else has been sent. I really, really I love getting work, and I love seeing everyone else's as well.
Yeah.
It's really nice to show off as well.
Yeah.
And I think it shows just how hard the parents have been working to support the children.
Definitely.
They have done an amazing job. I can't believe some of my parents, and I'm sure you're the same. They have done amazing, really have. Yeah.
And I know some parents have been a bit worried, thinking, "Oh, are they doing the right thing?" And could they? But actually, like you say, I think we've all been really impressed with everything that the parents have been doing.
Oh, hope we've all got a job. Wow. The parents might move in and take our job. Oh no.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. We're missing school too much.
Well, I think, as was mentioned before, I found it really difficult. I know you all did as well, to choose just two pupils to show this work today.
I'm
hoping that more of the parents will give permission, and then we can show more as well. That would be good.
Sure, that's a good point.
I've been so impressed just by the standard of work that I've been getting, even though we're not at school, even though we don't have all the resources and, you know, word cards and everything that we have at school to support us with our learning. Like, children have just really worked so hard with their parents and their families, and every single one of them's done amazingly well, haven't they?
Definitely.
Agreed.
Good points. Right, well, thanks for watching our first show. We're going to show you now a little bit of artwork to see the end of the first feedback show out. So keep sending in the work. It's been absolutely amazing so far. Yeah, and thanks. Come and see our next show in 2 weeks' time.
See you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. See you. Bye.